Hello, my beautiful souls. I often come across with a question that how to understand what intuition is. Hence, I have decided to share 3 steps which will help you to understand the difference between intuition and thought. If you are also having the same question on your mind, then this video is for you. But before we go, show real, hit the like button and subscribe to my channel so that you will get notified every time universe wants to speak to you through my voice. Namaste. My name is Tanwita Ganguly from tanwitaganguly.com, who has transformed her life from introvert to extrovert and extremely sad, depressed girl to a healer. And today I'll be sharing 3 important steps which will help you to understand what is intuition and what is thinking is. And also at the end of the video I'll be sharing how you can implement this to your real life so that you can understand intuition every moment in your life. So before we go directly into that, I want to split it to 3 steps because it is not a small topic to discuss. So I'll be sharing 3 steps which will help you to understand it in a clear way. So the first is definition. So if we search on Google, then the Google definition will be the ability to understand something instinctively without the need for conscious reasoning. And if we check the dictionary, then dictionary version would be intuition is an inner knowing that goes beyond conscious reasoning. But if we proceed further details into it, more into spiritual, then we will know that the intuition is a non-verbal or a silent signal. Number 2, how this works. As per the spirituality, intuition creates first in your heart and then it transferred to your mind. So then your mind turns that signal into thought, which we think that when the moment we will look into any situation or person, the first thought which comes into your mind is when heart transfer the signal to your mind and mind transfer it to words. But if you think too much about it, then it turns into thinking, and here the problem starts. Number 3, how to differentiate between the thought and intuition. As I mentioned that intuition is a non-verbal or a silent signal, so that it creates in your heart first. There was a research on a group of persons where the heartbeat rate has been noticed while those persons were having their intuitions. And the result was truly shocking and almost unbelievable. The person who are having high intuition rate are having slower the heartbeat rate. So what could be the learning point from here? To understand the intuition, we need to empty our mind by slowing it down. In our regular life, we keep our mind so busy with so many thoughts that we sometimes fail to understand the difference between our intuition and our thought. Our thoughts can be wrong. Because it mostly creates through your past experiences. I'm giving an example here. Suppose one day you're walking on a street and someone walking right behind you for a very long time. All of a sudden he snatched everything from you and ran away. Your credit card, your important documents or your driving license, everything has gone and you felt shattered. A month later, suppose you're walking on the same street and you sense like someone again just right behind you. You Just try to look over your shoulder and you barely can see, but you can understand that there is someone who is walking right behind you. You start to feel fearful. You started thinking, oh my God, should I run? What should I do? Should I run? And your brain started giving you a red flag that, oh, it's a danger, you should run. And before taking the action, like before running, you again try to look back over your shoulder and you see that there is a old cute granny who is just crossing the way. Right? Relatable? On the other hand, intuition doesn't have any word until it reaches your mind. I'm giving you another example here to make you understand better. Sometimes you do some work and when your friends or everybody around started asking you, oh my God, why did you do that? Then you say, I don't know, I just felt doing that. Right? You just felt doing that because you don't have any word, because till within that time your signal doesn't reaches to your mind. Because it is your heart feeling which haven't reached your mind yet to turn into a thought. Now let me give you an example again where intuition and thoughts comes together. Suppose you are not happy with your current job or from your current relation, and getting an intuition to come out from that or change the track. Now, as I mentioned before, that if your intuition first creates in your heart and shift your mind, which creates a thought, if we think too much about it, then it turns to thinking. So on my example, while leaving your current role or the relation you have, you may think that, am I doing right? Will I be able to manage after that? Is it correct? And so on. Here, these thoughts, you're not having your intuition. This is purely your thoughts. It creates because there is a battle with your ego which doesn't allow you to change, or it's hard to change. So now I believe that I was able to make you understand the difference between thought and intuition. So now I'll be sharing 2 ways to implement it, as I promised in the beginning of the video. So I'll be sharing here the 2 ways to implement this in your day-to-day life or your regular life. Number 1, remember I gave you an example of that research where it found that people who are having high intuition rate are having slower the heartbeat rate. So try to calm your mind as much as possible, especially at your beginning stage, because your beginning or the training period could be hard for you. So try to calm your mind or empty your vessel so that you can get that intuition properly. Number 2, ask a question and wait for the answer. What do you mean? That you can do this through your meditation also, because I do it through that. And throughout your meditation, ask a question. Ask the question you have in your mind. Ask the question, but don't be attached to the outcome. Just trust the universe, trust yourself, and ask the question. Because sometimes you may not get the result immediately. So just get up and distract yourself with your work, so you will get the answer all of a sudden in between your work. I think it happens to you. Am I right? So just distract yourself. In case if you're not getting the answer, immediately distract yourself with the work and you will get the answer in between, anytime. So now let me ask you a question. Have you experienced intuition ever? What was your first intuition? Comment below, because it's always good to know. Thank you so much for listening till the end. And if you haven't already, just go. Click on the subscribe button and click on the bell icon as well, because universe is speaking to you through my voice and wants you to hear, because you can transform your life in a right way. And I guess you can't afford to miss any. Take care.